A very good morning, and thanks for having me on the show, Steve and Karen. It is a pleasure to talk to you today. So with regards to how we look at the past year, we can say that we have been hit by higher raw material and energy costs, and that also met then in the second half of 2022 weakening demand. And we expect, and we have also clearly guided that for the full year 2023, that these challenging economic conditions will stay for some time. And that's why we also have, as you rightfully said, guided the market on our financial KPIs to be significantly below previous year levels, whereas our greenhouse gas emissions will be around last year's level. So this is the current situation. So to answer your question concretely, we believe that the current economic environment and also the economic environment of last year will remain for some time challenging.
Which is interesting, for some time challenging. Do you think the problem's going to be exacerbated by a swift reopening in China? Because people are suddenly getting very excited about China again, Markus.
Well, currently we have to say we do not see a major impact, let's say, by the reopening in China across the board. There is some signs of hope, if I may say so, in some industries. For example, the automotive industry, and here particular the segments that we are focusing very much on in our strategy, which is the green growth markets. Automotive is one market, wind turbine power is the other market. There is also highly energy efficient buildings where all our products are in high demand, and that is exactly where strategically our growth markets are. Yet on the short notice, I can say we do not see a major uplift in the Chinese market for some of the markets that we are serving. And that's the current situation. Does it mean that it doesn't come? No, not at all. But it comes obviously with a little bit of delay.
Markus, good morning. It's Jeff jumping in here. In the Reuters write-up, one Baader analyst is quoted as saying Covestro is among the top takeover targets in the EU chemical space at the moment, in our opinion. Do you feel you've got a target on your back at the moment as you deliver these kind of numbers?
Well, Jeff, very good morning. No, not at all, because what we're doing is, and we have demonstrated that once again in the year 2022, that we take very swift action and that we deal with the crisis in exactly the right manner. Swift actions and also very concrete actions. And at the same time, we have a very solid and sound strategy and vision. The strategy is a sustainable future strategy focusing on the key growth green markets that are there. Once again, electromobility, wind turbines, so renewable energy, as well as highly energy effective buildings. And that is what we continue to do. And that is where our product portfolio kicks in, because that is where our products are sold into these growth markets. And the short-term / mid-term developments that we see, by the way, particularly in Europe, because in the US and also China, we have slightly different pictures also with regard to energy prices, is exactly what we're focusing on. And the even better news is that we have now launched a new so-called CQ label. That means customers and consumers have now the choice to pick an even more greener alternative in our product portfolio with less carbon dioxide footprint and at least 25% recyclable content. And that is exactly how we swiftly implement our strategy.
You've got groundbreaking plans in China. You are building new capacity out there. Steve talked about maybe some of the macro news on China at the moment. Given the increasingly difficult and tense relationship between Washington and Beijing and Brussels, how comfortable are you about the ability to get from this business operation in Zhuhai what you want?
Well, like in the past, you have to take a very balanced view and a very balanced approach. Let's return back to the facts. The facts are that China is the largest chemical market in the world. The fact is that China is the largest foreign trade partner for Germany. That's fact number one. Fact number two, over history, it has always been demonstrated that it is good to talk and stay in touch, and particularly on technology, on economy, on social topics, as well as political topics. And that also includes that discussion must include, let's say, difficult topics like human rights. And therefore, it is beneficial to Germany, it is beneficial to the European Union to stay in close contact with China, revisit its strategy. And on a corporate level, it is very important that you balance all those things that are around you and make sure that you take the right decisions with regard to to the investments that you're taking. And that's why I'm confident about the investment decision that we have taken for our thermoplastic polyurethane business in China.